it's criminalizing wanking. What it's doing. But then eventually at some point you're going to get so horny and backed up that it's just going to be worth the $10,000 fine. Let me start by saying I am so here for the weird, guys. I don't know how long it's been since I last explained that to some of you, how much of a fan of weird I am. Like, not just weird news stories, although obviously we're, all fans of that on this show, but just kind of, weird self-referencing kind of meta in joke. I can't really expect, I'll give you a couple of examples, right? So my favorite photo of me and my girlfriend is a photo of us, the pair of us, in IKEA, and we are picking out the frame that the photo of us picking out the frame is later then framed in and put up onto the wall. Like, it's so fucking stupid. It's so ridiculous to have this photo on the wall of us picking out the frame that the photo then ends up with, like, on the wall. But I love it. I absolutely love it. I'm here for the weird, guys. Or another example I sometimes talk about when I talk about this stuff is there's a guy who took a photo of his own face and he had it printed on some cardboard, like big A1 sized cardboard. And then he held it up at a basketball game, like on a big couple of splints or stints or whatever they're called. And so it's just a big picture of his own face. On this, like the way in like American basketball games, they have like massive or like big hands and massive thing, and it's just a big poster, A1 size, of his own face looking unimpressed down at the players. And then he pulls the exact same expression, like, I'll have to dig it out, but I love it. It's self-referential. It's weird. It's funny. I'm here for the weird. Weirdness is king round these parts. So here is a story that came out yesterday. Now, bear in mind how aggressive the United States is on rolling back women's healthcare, reproductive rights, Roe v. Wade. Lots of Republicans going on record over the last couple of years saying that they actually want to ban birth control. So there's a whole subset of conservative America that cross-sections, I think, with the trad wife movement kind of thing, if you're familiar with that, where a lot of these people, they truly believe and they wish to legislate for the idea that a woman's role in society is just to reproduce as much as possible, to make babies and then go and make some food. Like, that is the extent. That's where a woman's life starts and finishes. That's their belief system, and they want to legislate to that effect. So, given these rights are being rolled back so aggressively, here is a story. It's off NBC News. It says, Mississippi lawmaker... Should I do the accent? Mississippi lawmaker introduces contraception, begins an erection act. Oh, I love it. The contraception begins at erection act. Oh, okay. All right. It says the bill, which is unlikely to pass, would make it unlawful for a person to discharge genetic material without the intent to fertilize an embryo. So it's criminalizing wanking. What it's doing. And it sounds ridiculous. It sounds ridiculous because it is. It is deliberately. It's supposed to be ridiculous. Right? It's the trolling that I love, like deliberate, like it's been raised. This bill has been raised by a Democratic senator, and they've deliberately done it to take what the Republicans say and do and just exaggerate it to the fucking nth degree, just to fucking roast them. You know, I love it. So it says, let me read a little bit more. It says, Mississippi State Senator Bradford Blackmon, a Democrat, introduced a bill this week that would seemingly ban men from masturbating or engaging in other sexual acts when they have no intent to fertilize an embryo. It's got to be about babies, guys. Always about babies. You put that thing away. You can have Mississippi fathers like storming into their son's bedroom like unannounced. They're like, "Whoa, what were you doing there, boy?" He's gonna be like, I was jerking off, Pop. God damn it! I told you not to do that shit. The son's gonna be like, right, because I'll go blind, because it's shameful, or because I was doing it to Gavin Newsom, or no, you moron! Because you're gonna end up in the county jail. It's illegal now. Can't afford that bail. It says the bill titled I'm not sure the wording's right on this. It says the bill titled the Contraception Begins at Erection Act. I feel like it should be Conception. Conception Begins at Erection Act. That would be better. Don't know if that's a typo or whatever. Anyway, the bill titled Contraception Begins at Erection Act would make it unlawful for a person to discharge genetic material without the intent to fertilize an embryo. It includes exceptions for sperm donation. Wow. That's generous. That's nice. That's good. Exceptions for sperm donation. A lot of busy sperm banks coming up in Mississippi if this passes. Formerly dead, just empty sperm banks are going to have queues and queues of horny, awkward, twitchy dudes just lining up round the street to jerk off in a medical cubicle. Legally. It's going to be staff with, white clipboards and white jackets, welcoming them in, like, you're just this way. So you're here to donate to help couples conceive? Yeah, sure. Whatever. I just felt really stressed this morning. Or do you know what? Like, if it's not going to be busy sperm banks, maybe loads of like horny teenage boys will just disguise their bedroom as a sperm bank. So then technically it's not illegal anymore. Or if it's not their bedroom, it'll be like their morning shower. Like, loads of horny dads disguising their morning shower as a sperm bank. Just generously donating the night's load to the plug hole. That's where that's heading. If this bill passes. It says if the bill introduced Monday would impose fines. Wow. Would impose fines of $1,000 for a first offense, $5,000 for a second offense, and $10,000 for any subsequent offenses. So that's good. It's good that it slowly gets worse, isn't it? Because it sort of encourages escalation, doesn't it? Like, first time you do it, you get caught. You're like, God damn it! Shit just cost me $5,000. You know, you get a really exaggerated post-climax moment of clarity, wouldn't you? That post-wank shame would be worse than fucking ever. After you get fined $5,000 for doing it on top of the normal shame. You'd be like, oh, great. Now I feel shame. I feel like a piece of shit and we can't afford to go on holiday. Fucking great. Go me. Awesome. And then the second time you get busted doing it. Second time you're like, well, I'm not falling for that shit again. And then you do fall for it again. You lose control of your inhibitions. End up losing half of your house deposit money. What the fuck? But then you've learned your lesson after number 2, right? After the first, like, $1,000 or the $5,000, you're like, I'm never doing this again. That's it. I've had enough. I can't afford it. House deposit won't take it. I want to take my family away on holiday. I'm never doing that again. So you leave it. You don't do it in the shower, not lasting a night, nothing. You leave it a couple of days. You leave it a week, maybe 2. But then eventually, at some point, you're going to get so horny and backed up that it's just going to be worth the $10,000 fine. Isn't it? To just buckle and go buck wild. Just 2 minutes later, you're just slumped there and drenched now with fucking pants round your ankles and this hand on a checkbook. You're like, oh, it's totally worth it though.